We all know the US economy is just completely screwed up right now. Small businesses are struggling to find staff. Employees are quitting at record numbers. Consumers' buying habits have completely and dramatically changed. Inflation is rampant, and the geniuses in DC just keep printing money like there's no tomorrow. What is causing this, and what can you do about this to not only survive, but thrive in 2022 and beyond? All this and more in today's video. Hello and welcome to Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, paramedic, and Bonnie and Clyde are, I think they're just, kind of looks like they're being lazy laying on the couch right now. Now, a bit of housekeeping here. Sorry, I've been a little absent the past week or so. I caught a nasty cold, and I spent the past week coughing and blowing my nose every 2 weeks. I was able to put in some good work and plans for the upcoming Open for Business 2022 Small Business Tour. More about that in a minute. And before we get to today's video, I wanted to give you one little thought. While being sick for a week, I spent a lot of my time just kind of lounging around on the couch. After binge watching 9 seasons of 24, I learned that the idiot politicians and bureaucrats, if they spent less time thinking about their political optics of the decisions that they made and instead listened to Jack Bauer and Chloe O'Brien, most of the problems in the world would have been solved within an hour or two, instead of the full 24-hour season. With each of these seasons, Jack or Chloe would have some logical solution for the problem. Inevitably, the genius politicians would completely ignore or even oppose every action in their ineptitude. And this very seemingly odd thought about a TV show brings me to my very first point of this video. Just like in 24, when the political leaders knew very little about protecting our country from harm, we find ourselves in a similar situation today, where our current political leaders have an extremely poor grasp on the basics of economics. Now, of course, this is not a political science channel, this is a finance channel, so we're not going to go into the pros and cons of each political party. We're simply going to state the facts. There is a specific party in control right now, and due to an internal conflict between two factions within that party, there's no beneficial actions to remedy the current economic situation that has been taking place for the past 10 months. Well, at least there's been no benefit to small businesses. Large multi-billion-dollar conglomerates have been making record profit after record profit, while small businesses, we've all been crushed. Now, some would say this is the free market at play, and in some aspects I kind of agree, but the problem is this is not a free and open market when the corrupt DC swamp purposefully is stacking the deck against small businesses. Now, for some, the SBA EIDL program loans and grants have helped them immensely. But for many, they're still waiting in this endless line of waiting and hoping. As many of you know, one of my businesses received the EIDL loan back when it was still capped at $250,000. We did apply for the increase when the cap was up to $500,000. We were initially approved, but then we're back to waiting, so we don't really know. Then another business of mine that initially was denied in the first round when they ran out of money, but fingers crossed, it looks like we might get funded under the full $2 million cap for that business. For many, it's just been a random crapshoot, with some getting approved and others denied, without any real accountability from the SBA as to why some get the money and others do not. Now, I've covered all the pros and cons, well, mostly cons, of the EIDL program in previous videos, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. If you want to check those out, you can search for them, the links down below, or you can just search YouTube for Stephen Carlson Show EIDL. Now, in general, absent a worldwide pandemic, of course, the most common reasons small businesses fails are lack of planning or too much debt when they start. I'm sure you've seen countless YouTube videos before that show you how to make your startup budget or create a business plan. And while those are still true today, I don't feel they're really the most significant things for you to be concerned about right now. The failure to recognize the changes in customers' buying habits are by far the most important thing for a small business owner to worry about. Take Chipotle, for example. Back in July 2020, they announced that they expected 60% of their stores to open with a drive-through window. This was to address some of the social distancing concerns with their walk-in only restaurants. Providing a drive-up window allows them to continue to operate even if their dine-in operations were restricted due to local regulations. Of course, sending all of your customers to a drive-thru can also cause logistic nightmares. Chipotle addressed this by improving their online and their mobile app to better offer on-the-go ordering solutions for their customers prior to their arrival. After improving their app, they saw an 8.3% increase in total sales within the first quarter. Chick-fil-A addressed the drive-thru concerns a different way, and this was by making their drive-thru lines basically take up their entire parking lot. And they had helpful and friendly staff outside with portable POS tablets where they could take orders and payments for the customers directly at their car. This change allowed Chick-fil-A to take 3 or 4 orders simultaneously instead of one at a time at the drive-up speaker, allowing for much faster service at the window, thus reducing overall wait times for customers in the drive-thru. Now, of course, I'm sure you're thinking right now, but these are large multi-billion-dollar corporations. They can afford these changes. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you cannot learn from them. Maybe a drive-thru works for your business. Maybe it doesn't. But think for a minute. What changes in customers' buying behavior can be considered opportunities for your business? For example, over the past year, I've noticed some very creative car dealerships are offering at-home test drive of vehicles. The basic idea, rather than having the customer come down to the dealership, they choose a vehicle they are interested in online, and then the dealership brings that car directly to the customer's house or office, all properly sanitized for safety. Then the buyer is free to inspect the vehicle and take it on a test drive without breaking any social distancing rules. Once the consumer is ready to purchase the vehicle, most of the paperwork is handled electronically. And this helps to reduce the amount of in-person contact between the sales staff and the customer. Businesses that are willing to pivot and kind of rethink of the way that they do business are the ones that are going to survive into the post-pandemic era. The ones that are stubborn and just refuse to adapt, they will fail. It's that simple. Now, what changes in customers' buying behavior have you noticed at your business? How have you adapted to these changes? Comment down below and share your thoughts. Now, I know this video is getting a little long, but there's still one more critical thing to your small business's survival, and that's inventory. Right now, the country, and the world for that matter, is having a massive logistics nightmare, loading, unloading, and transporting goods. There are multiple reasons for this, and that could take up an entire video, but I want to hit on one key point, and that's buying local. Whenever possible, purchase products, services, and goods from local businesses in your area. Now, this is not always an option for every business in every town for every product, but do your research. See if the item that you need for your business can arrive quicker and more reliably from a business that's 20 minutes away instead of 20 hours or 20 days away. Doing so will not only help your local businesses out, it'll also reduce the strain on the overworked transportation system. Plus, you have the added benefit of getting to know other local business owners in your area. Then when they need a product or service, they're going to come to you and purchase from you. This is one of the big reasons why I started my Open for Business tour, so I could highlight some of the most amazing small businesses throughout the country. Please don't forget to go check out the website, www.openfor.business, and register your business today. As you know, this is my small business awareness campaign where we're going to have guest appearances from Aubrey Janik, Jamel Gibbs, Minority Mindset, Investment Joy, Rod Squad, Kenny Keller, Mark Moss, Christina Atia, Air Force Major, C.W. Lemoyne, better known as Mover, and so many other great people and businesses. Do you want us to bring the helicopter and land it at your business and feature you on this program? Go to the website and check it out. Thanks for the support from AutoCorner, Namecheap, Best Buy, ZipRecruiter, Dun & Bradstreet, Constant Contact, Unbank, and others. Without their support, this nationwide small business helicopter tour would not be possible. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it, as do Bonnie and Clyde, and I'll see you in the next one.